Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood here, not only just on YouTube but for BitChute. And for those who have followed my channel, I've you know you guys know I've interviewed John Philip Betancourt, who is the Return of Dark Shadows, and I've been reviewing his blog. And I decided to do a revisited tour. Now, for those who want part one of the revisit tour, I'm going to try to get it over to BitChute. I think I can. If I can't, you'll just have to go over to my YouTube channel, which is Resident of Collinwood. Now, for BitChute, I'm resident _of _Collinwood. But, goodness. So, I'm here today to, again, continue my revisited tour. Series 1, Chapter 2, Curse of Collinwood. And I always have to look at the titles to make sure I get the titles right of John's series, because I do not want to mess up anything when I review something. This actually picks up right where the previous chapter left off. It picks up with, Jack Thorne, who is the husband of Carolyn Thorne, I should say, really. And they've been met together 36 years. And something's going on with him. He was hollering out for somebody whose voice he heard in the great house. And he was supposed to meet somebody at the realtor, but he never did. So what happens is he is in the great house and he's sweating and he's looking around. He's hollering, "Who's there? Who's there?" And he just, this, voice is just torturing him and torturing him. And it's a female voice. And finally, she just opens her mouth, and this, light happens. This woman that clearly has powers that are beyond belief. And it's, Dark Shadows has always been a supernatural event, a supernatural thing. So it's no shock that you get a supernatural sort of hook with this story. And it's just a really interesting hook too. And then boom, once that happens, once her mouth opens and the light goes, we're taken from Collinwood to London. And I love the hook for Jack Thorne. I mean, I know what's coming, Leopold. And for those on BitChute who haven't checked this out, what I'm going to do is leave a complete link to the entire thing for you guys. For those who have, I'm still going to leave an entire link on YouTube, but I'm also going to leave a link for the individual chapter that I'm reviewing. I think that's a fair way to do it, right? I got a lot of links to do. But I like how BitChute does, I'm never going to pronounce it, BitChute does their description better. Because you have the actual time to do it. You don't have to do it as you're uploading. And you can do it before you upload. But anyway, back to the blog. Sorry. I'm plugging my new thing and my old and my present thing as well. Here you meet Alexander Thorne, and considering what I know, it's crazy to think Alexandra, really is almost here from the very beginning. And again, I don't want to spoil nothing for anybody, but it's amazing how much longevity she has actually had in this series. And she's been just, of course I'm gonna credit John because he's the writer, but the character in general, the way John told the story about her, I think is so key. The moment to me, the moment you first read her, you instantly fall in love for her, or with her even, because she's sitting in London, she's reading a book, and it's Bram Stoker's Dracula. What better or more fitting book to be reading, right? Considering the history of the Collins family. And The phone rings and she sort of scares herself because she's reading Dracula, and she answers the phone. And you have two character introductions here. You have Caleb and you have Alexandra. And I love the character introductions because Alexandra is Carolyn and Jack's daughter, and Caleb is the son of David Collins. And David Collins and them have decided, because they've been losing money with the industry, they've decided to sell the big house, the great house. And that's why Jack, who Jack was supposed to meet, was Caleb. But he never does. So Caleb calls Alexander to see, like, okay, did he not show? Did he just what happened here? And so this causes a really great concern, because it's like Alexander and Carolyn know Jack would have not no-showed. So what happens is they're very, very worried. Caleb is concerned too, because it's like, okay, this dude literally never even showed. He, was supposed to meet him at the realtor, but he's a no-show. So they're all three very, very concerned. And this story really, it's really built up through the concern of Jack Thorne. And they just don't know what's going on with him or what's even happened to him. So, and you could feel the tension and build in this entire series and chapter here, Curse of Collinwood, because and what really stresses that is Carolyn herself. Carolyn herself in this chapter, she can feel it in her blood. She knows, oh my God, it's that place. Why, just Carolyn herself, and again, I'll give all the credit to John because he wrote these characters. He does such a good job of making this Carolyn Stoddard not just his own. Yes, he does make the character his own in a sense, but he makes you believe this is the Carolyn you knew from the 60s. And I think that is so well done in this opening right here of Carolyn herself, that this is the Carolyn you knew from the 60s series, but she's all grown up now and she's got a family of her own. And now, because of her husband, seemingly going missing or something might have happened to him, now the one place she did not want to go back to, Collinwood, she has to go back to now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I love this. I love this series. It's really well written by John Philip Betancourt. Again, a bunch of links are going to be in the descriptions. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.